He is absolutely correct.
Alright, by the way, Dombik is starting out with the same starting items, that 6 stats from the Magic Wand and Iron Branches, which is interesting. Like, she really likes this, Aaron really likes this starting.
I've seen it become quite popular, to be honest, as well. Usually in offlaners, I see Jenkins do that. Sorry, Gremlo. I don't know who Jenkins is. I see Gremlo do it all the time, actually, for Arkosh. Especially in lanes where, like, against a Sky, against a PA. But, like, on a carry, I've yet to see this. I don't know if this is going to be, like, the new... Remember that patch where, like, Eternal Envy would buy, like, 2 rings of regen every single lane? Like, no matter the lane, 2 rings of regen, 1 stick. I don't know. Maybe this is, like, the same thing.
Well, they are going to test for this bounty ruin, and they're just... TOOBASED are going to fight for it. No, they won't. Being bullied out like that.
I guess you want to save the mana in lane, right, on Dawnbreaker. Only 2 heroes there. You're not going to pick up a kill between yourselves and a Grimstroke. Grim might need to take the Stroke of Fate as well to secure range creep in lane. Like, this could get ugly, right? It is a Viper. It is going to be who's his laning partner here? Inner Spirit. Like, it's not an easy lane by any means.
No, not at all. At the moment that the Grimstroke is out position, I feel like he's just gonna get killed every time. You know, it's a very tough one. Dawnbreaker at least has the Celestial Hammer bite, but we saw Moonlight was really good at predicting where the Lucian up, so he can just follow her there.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good point actually. Especially because you do return to the midway point if you just let it time out, or you can activate it yourself manually while it's being tossed. So, you know, there's a little bit of outplay potential there. Dawnbreaker, not necessarily too new to Captain's mode, as Moonlight is going to get stunned up here. No, does he have boots? He does not have boots. Early Urn Rush, actually, for Moonlight. Good body blocks. Is going to force Moonlight to take a bit of extra damage. He still blocks the hard camp on the way over. That's the important part about a lane pull, by the way. You got to make sure you block that camp if you do this. He's taking a fair beating, but he'll be all right.
That's going to be just like, he's going to stop the lane. And in the meantime, we'll see Viper probably just go back. Mid lane, though. TA versus Monkey
Actually,
King.
Revenant might be dead. He's taking first point to your Nether Toxin, which is not going to help him here at all. And Aaron will get first blood there very easily versus Revenant. That's not why you cut the waves, unfortunately.
Yeah, Viper kind of overstaying his welcome there. He's like, it's alright, guys. I'm a Viper. It's like when you pick Ursa and you think you're not Ursa, Bristleback, and you're unkillable, and then you die. You're like, wait, that's not supposed to happen.
It's not supposed to happen. Not according to plans. This is already a much better start here. Well, actually, first blood of 2 in a row for Aaron on the same hero.
Yeah. So Monkey King mid against the TA. I feel like we don't see this matchup very often. At least not for me. I don't see the Monkey King mid very often. I do like it though. It's going to be very active compared to the TA. At least it should be.
It's a pretty popular pick in the Americas region. Mini picks it a lot in SA. There's a couple others that I'm not remembering off the top of my head. Nico is certainly one of them. As you can see, Master Tier on the Monkey King. And he is mainly a mid laner primarily. Probably in pubs as well, I'd imagine.
And the nice thing about Monkey is that when you get those Jingos, you can actually deny against the TA, which is something that is pretty difficult to do due to her refraction charges once she gets that. So Monkey King, one of the few heroes who has enough damage to actually deal with it, you know?
Yeah, and early on actually has even more range than a TA. This changes, I think, with second point in side blades once you get that bonus attack range. But it is pretty funny to see early a Monkey King attacking from further than a TA. Lowest attack range in the game.
My stick is actually longer than you. But to be fair, Monkey King does have extra attacks.
He does. He does. It's simply just a funny matter. Here he goes. He's got Boundless Strike, so he could. Yeah. I was gonna say he could do it if he wanted to, and he does. And a very easy CS here for him as he forces back the TA, even tanking the wave.
You rarely see TA being out CS'd like this against like sort of a right clicker, but Monkey King definitely a hero who can do that.
Yeah, it's a really good matchup for Monkey early. I've seen it a handful of times. It's kind of crazy to say. Although I haven't seen it for a while because TA, for the longest time, has been a safe lane carry. As we can see, the actual safe lane carry, CDR, almost taking a death. That would have been part in his first of the series, but he's going to be kept alive thanks to the grace of the parry fire.
Yeah, the lane state. Top lane, Moonlight, rolled in, and Revenant gets the Inkswell.
Really good Inkswell. He's not going to be able to avoid either the Celestial Hammer either. Pardon me, what's this? The Starbreaker? What is this called? Starbreaker it is.
And it feels like Simply TOOBASED lane is a little bit better this time around. You know, the top lane, Revenant is suffering. This is the second death. Bottom lane Paradise is farming pretty well compared to game 1 when he was up against the Viper. You even see the Ursa's getting a little bit harassed. Yeah, the CS is not crazy in favor of either team, but City base lane's feeling a little bit more stable this time around.
Yeah, for sure. Revenant on a much squishier hero. As you say that there is a kill onto Paradise down bottom. The slows will eventually catch up to him there. That level 2 slow now on the dual breath. The value point coming in handy. Allows Ursa to secure that kill relatively easily, especially with the Lina heading home to refill on the HP and the mana. Yeah, Revenant, he's not the Brewmaster this game. He's on a much squishier hero as they make a play here. Oh, for Empyrean. Not an ideal kick. They probably meant to kick him straight back towards the Viper. So Empyrean's going to live, even though he could not cut his way out. But missed opportunity there, perhaps. They look to try and set up on CDR. Might be possible here. There's no breathe fire for a couple more seconds. CDR is going to jump right back onto Aframoosh, but CDR finds himself lit on fire by the dual fire. Now there's the dual breath of Ray to slow him to a crawl, so he'll be able to save him. This mid lane is going absolutely phenomenal, though, for Red 2. 26 and 14. That is really good.
Yeah, I mean, and you only can deny like your own creep, so it's not like he's denying all of those high value lane creeps rather than something from the jungle, which means that a lot of TA's farm is just neutral camps, and that's not as worth it for her.
No, looking early on, they're actually harder to farm now. The stacks are beginning to stack up a little bit here. He's a little stack in the hard camp. Again, Monkey just freely farming away. That's rough, though, because their Spirit would like to try and stick around and stabilize this top lane. Revenant forced to just kind of sap experience, so he's sitting pretty far back because Earth Spirit has to start stacking for TA to get back in this game because of the Monkey matchup. So TOOBASED with a much better setup and a much better outlook here in the early game, especially as they get the Arcane Rune. They can make the jump on over. That will still stun the Templar Assassin, who does move out of meld. There's going to be an easy kill there onto the TA.
I mean, this is what we expect to happen from the mid lane TA. Not that she died, but she's going to take up so much resources. Not just in the fact that she's going to have to farm, but you can see Moonlight having to stack for her. And it's like, it's difficult for them. Now you have this farming mid, you have this Ursa who also needs to farm, and it takes away from Moonlight, and the Revenant has to suffer top lane. So all this because of this pretty greedy TA, honestly.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see it. This might be still a kill in the Paradise. At least the bottom lane is strong. There is a TP coming, though, from the Monkey King. I think DK is still dead without a chance, really, to turn this. There was no Inkswell here. CDR on the run, cannot run it any further. Boundless Strike picks up the kill, and Revenant takes another death in the top lane. So it's a 2-for-1 trade across the map. Perhaps 3, actually, as Red 2 will get 2 kills for his troubles down bottom. And that was the lane that was going fairly well for Eternity. Now all of a sudden turns a bit on its heels.
I mean, FXR does get a tiny bit of farm in the mid lane, but it's like, it doesn't really matter compared to what you've lost. And Monkey King, we say he's going to be very active in this game, and he is proving it already with that double kill in the bottom lane. So, very nice. Just really nice play by Nico.
Yep, commits to teleport, doesn't have to worry about it. TA under farm. TA not a hero that pushes the tower too quickly, so very, very easy. And now he's leisurely back into the mid lane, denying his creeps yet again, up to 19. And in fact, not too far behind is Aaron with 37 and 15 creep score himself. Going to show how bad the Vipers have it this game, as they failed to get the kill there on the Grimstroke. Moonlight does not have a rolling boulder. It's level 1 for 5 seconds. Doesn't even have any spells here at all. He's just dead.
Oh. I'm surprised he stopped because you can see Nico, he was trying to get the Boundless, but he was dodging. Bottom lane CDR, he's gonna be fine. But the Moonlight is like, who cares? I'm done.
Yeah, this game's getting hard. He had an early urn, no kills, however, to fill the urn means that he's unable to really use that item too offensively. Not really sure who he would go on either. I guess Lina's a fairly easy kill. Dawnbreaker feels a little difficult. Viper is level 6, so maybe that does begin to change. But the TP's towards the mid lane here for Moonlight, where he is going to roll onto the Monkey King. And it's going to be a nice ice path from the wings as well. Nico, unable to get himself up to the crucial 4-stack to Jingu. Means he has no lifesteal, means he has no damage, and has no sustain. He will fall. The TP from Aframoosh, a bit too late to change anything there. And that is a crucial kill over in the mid lane. Who's it go towards? It does go towards as well, the TA. This off-lane Viper, though, really not working out this time around, as Afro casually walks in to the Templar Assassin here. Nice boulder smash. They will dive for this, and it should be a kill. Solar Guardian's going to be a bit late to really change anything here. Aaron will give chase, however. Refraction has been burnt, so Starbreaker is going to do full damage, and Red 2 has respawned, setting it up here with the Boundless Strike. That is going to be then a second kill here on the Templar Assassin, as the Grimstroke falls behind. But it stopped Moonlight from really reinforcing, so not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, that was the first use of the Soul Guard, does get you that kill.
Paradise. He might be out of range enough for this, especially as the Ice Path misses. The stun didn't last a single second thanks to the preemptive and Enrage, though. Paradise, he's going to go down in one more auto attack. It's just non-stop action. They might go back top lane even onto Revenant. Nah, not without Alina, you don't. I mean, my goodness. High kill game.
Right, we've got like about 15 kills already. It's just crazy. We're having a tough time keeping up with it. By the way, Ray went into the forest and he found like 3 bounty runes all spawned. None of them, he hasn't. Like, that's a nice, but it's like, what, 750 gold for the team? They were collecting interest. But meanwhile...
Nah, they don't collect interest anymore, sadly.
Oh, but they said 45 on
I know, they do, but they did change that. That's just a visual bug.
Oh,
yeah, they used to. They used to when they came out. Empyrean is going to die. Yeah,
I remember reading the changelog that they don't get, but then I was like, was it revamped? Because they do, like...
It does say, yeah, no, it does say. But that just shows, I guess, the current value of what they would have given. Boundless Strike. Lina a little bit out of range to follow up, though. Not enough move speed here with the Fiery Soul stack, so that she will make it out alive. There's a little bit of a pause.
Close.
Well, Aaron's having a good game. I mean, he had a good game on Dawnbreaker game, like the first game. He was like, what, 3rd net worth, even though they lost, like, by a lot. He was still farming well. He's farming well this game as well. Monkey King is doing pretty good, although the TA, I'd say she kind of recovered. Like, she's just taking stacks, doing for a nice ancient stack right now as well. So she's not in a bad spot.
Yeah, no, I guess that's really the problem about this Dawnbreaker heroes. Compared to other cores, it feels a little bit more difficult to actually put your net worth to use. Right?
Yes.
Like Ursa, he's got himself a spell that makes him kind of unkillable, gives him status resist, he just runs at enemies. Great spell, right? Faceless Void, last game he's got Chronosphere. He brings his own lockdown, right? This Dawnbreaker, again, it's just like, you can ulti on yourself, I guess, if you stun someone, but like, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel that viable, really. It feels really difficult to string together your net worth, to put it to use, I mean.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure the ticks just too. Oh, here we go, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's an easy kill on the Revenant. Those come a dime a dozen at this stage, though. That's his 5th death so far. And Ray, as well, is going to go down very easily. Macropyre no longer breaks trees, as Ray will find out, and he is going to go down to Nico. A tower did get taken as well down bottom. That is going to be DK taking it down with Elder Dragon form. Much faster on the Blink Dagger this time if he wants to ignore the power treads. We'll see what he decides to do.
It doesn't feel like he actually sort of... Like, he'll be okay either way, you know? Whereas in the first game, it's like, do I need it? Because, you know, someone has to initiate, but I also need stats. This game is like, you got the Monkey King, who provides you with a lot as it is. So either way, I feel like he'll be fine. You know, if he goes for power treads, if he goes for the straight Blink Dagger, it's good because you have the Monkey King right behind you. Either way. Alright. Moonlight.
He could get this kill. He sees Afro now, and he's going to go ahead and roll in for it. Just a little slow, though. Boulder Smash misses. Almost certainly would have secured the kill there. Moonlight can drop yeah, he's got a couple more rocks. Yeah, he's got this kill. Misses again there. He's going to refresh it. That won't give him earn charges, though. I think he's out of range. No, he got it. And even trying to TP out, Starbreaker, not in time. He's away very easily. 1.1 second delay on your stun there on that Starbreaker.
I mean, it's like he was just sort of toying with everyone. He's like, am I gonna get it? Am I not gonna get it? I'm gonna get it. You know.
He commits a lot of his boulders though. It's early on. He's still at 4. He's okay.
Interesting pick by the Jakir to go 2 points to the Liquid Fire. That's you know, I don't see that as ignoring the Ice Path. You know, just going for more points to Liquid Fire, getting the Magpie.
2-2-2. There it is. The sampler build. He just wants a little bit of everything, you know.
It's still kind of weird to see the Liquid Fire taking 2 points so early, but well, it's no big deal really. I mean, it's still the damage just racking up by. Oh, though, here we go.
Yep, Moonlight is probably going to die for this one. Tried to Boulder Smash already. He's going to be able to roll away, but still is not out. I think Red 2 probably could have secured the kill there if he wanted. Maybe a little bit of a risky position. Didn't want to, you know, endanger himself, so we'll choose not to, and the ward will go down eventually. But close call there either way for Moonlight.
And 30 minutes, it's feeling very similar to game 1, where it's quite even, you know, in terms of net worth. And well, this time it's ping. And simply TOOBASED I don't know. I feel like they could apply the pressure a little bit more. Like maybe especially every time the Dragon Knight has the ultimate available, you can maybe try to go for a tower. The Dragon Knight is trying to get his item ready. Is going to be the Blink Dagger. I believe it's on the way to him right now. Where is it? Wait, let me just. Where's that clear? Yeah, it does have the Blink Dagger right on the Dragon Knight. So I think that at this point they might want to go for towers because game one I felt they played a little too passively, especially because they have a global Dawnbreaker.
Yep. Yeah, I guess that's a good reason to want to go for Blink first, right? You do kind of easily set up for that combo. Even with a Dragon Tail stun level 1, and you might be able to actually string together that combo. Yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, right, back on the point of Jakiro Skillbolt. I feel like anyway, when I played Jakiro, like all of his spells are fairly good. They all feel pretty good right these days. Like there's not one spell you're going to ignore, like I don't know. Remember like when Omni had his passive and you would just ignore it until you couldn't. Jakiro not really like that. So I feel like even though there's points for going for more dual breath or maybe max and ice path first, it's always a hero I find myself going for a slightly different skill build just because like
every time.
Yeah, you can do a lot of different things depending on what you want to do. The hero feels pretty good in that regard.
Yeah, I mean and that's one of the nice things about Jakiro. But one thing I did like about what Ice Frog did was before the Liquid Fire was like 20, 15, 10, and then 4. I'm like, why can't it be 5? And I had like this OCD feeling about it. Now it's like 16, 12, 8, and 4. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. It does make level 1 so much better. Like 4 seconds cooldown. It's like basically level 2 now. So it's a lot better. It's a lot better just to keep it level 1 compared to before.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Deal only 75% damage to buildings? Yeah, it used to be 100 at one point.
Really?
I do not know. I cannot be certain.
I thought you played Jakiro, Mr.
I do play Jakiro, but I didn't really always get to hit towers. I was more of the stand really freaking far away and ice path people kind of Jakiro.
Fine, we'll let that one go then. But yeah, we'll see what they're gonna smoke up with 3 people here. One of them being the TA, which is a little bit of an odd choice, but maybe we should be able to just get some burst damage going here.
Yeah, is it like a blink early here? It is going to be a blink early for TA. You commonly see this when TAs feel kind of pressured to get a little bit more done. The blink first, though, from the DK. Soulbind onto 2 is going to follow up with a double silence, but Revenant's already rotated on through. Nice macro as well. The double break. They chew through the DK almost as quickly as they get through the Grimstroke. And that might be early Roche here. There's no Deso, but between the Meld and the Blightstone, they have good damage here along the Ursa, of course, to fully take advantage of this.
Yeah, he's got Morbid Mask as well, so it's Morbid time.
It's Morbid time. Absolutely.
I wish I had seen the movie just so I can. I don't believe he actually says it's Morbid time, does he?
Of course he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he goes, I'm Dr. M. Orbius. It's Morbid time.
Well, but hopefully they release the movie in the cinemas the third time.
A third time, so we could all, we all gotta be sure. I mean, either that or we can just watch it on the Artifact section on Twitch. Either way, it doesn't really matter. That's when I watched it. TA is gonna do well here with, I think, Blink early now, especially Ursa coming in a little bit more online. He's about to finish up his own Diffusal Blade. He just needs a little bit more gold, and he'll have it. That being said, TA in a spot of trouble here. Wukong's command is sent out, but Red 2 is going to be focus fired and killed. Aaron already here as well could not really effectively cast a Solar Guardian as he finds himself now being chased to death by Ursa. Turns, though, for the kill first on a Moonlight as CDR will dispatch there of Paradise. Now is going to focus back towards Aaron, who cannot get a stun out in time. It's going to be a 2-for-3 trade. CDR conserves the Aegis, and that was him even fighting Otomo before Diffusal Blade got delivered. He's going to be even stronger in the next fight. Significantly so, I would add.
It just occurred to me how bad simply TOOBASED picked their cores. All 3 of them have passives that are important and broken by Viper.
Good point.
Like Jingu, as well as Dragon Blood and Luminosity are all just don't matter, And Viper was first picked, so you can't really say, oh man, this Viper card came out of nowhere and broke it. It's like, no.
I mean, to TOOBASED credit, the Dawnbreaker was also first picked.
I mean, sure, fine, but you still have like the last pick TA.
Yeah.
And you could have switched the Dawnbreaker to support and be like, if Luminosity is important to you, you must have it. Might as well, or sorry, if you're gonna lose it anyway, you might as well just put it on support. So I don't know, this Viper pick, Revenant hasn't been playing the best game, but he doesn't really need to. He just drop Nether Toxin on 3 cores, that's it.
Thanks stun once again. They don't get the double stun. They do get the double Laguna this time. That's a lot better. Solar Guardian in, 2 heroes dead. Ursa's already taking down the Grimstroke though. The Ice Path is going to catch 2 into the double dual breath. LSA does delay Ursa here a bit, but he still chews through Paradise, and Aaron's in a lot of trouble. There's going to be the buyback from Empyrean. Does allow him at least to slow and silence here CDR, but it's Aaron who needs help. He needs it now. He's not going to find it. Instead, he finds the big meaty claws of CDR as Afro now slowed, inhibited there by the Diffusal Blade. Lands a nice stun, but still, Nico is going to die to basically just the TA and Ray. There's now Ursa closing back onto the Grimstroke for a dieback. This is a TA who's, I want to say at this stage, almost fully recovered, even feeling relaxed enough to go back and finish the Deso instead of forced to go for Blink.
I mean, when you're number 2 in net worth, they're feeling it this game. You know, they haven't even lost the Aegis on CDR. They're just able to run at them, and simply TOOBASED. I don't know, man. Like, they stuck to the same draft in game 2, like the exact same heroes basically. It's not paying out for them. This Dawnbreaker carry, it doesn't seem like it's meshing with them very well.
Nope. Oh, and they've potentially found another kill, and they have. There's a lot of Atos on someone, and it is the Revenant Viper. It's going to be useful to easily set up for a kill onto Afro, since here one will crumble. Not to mention, oh, okay, there's finally a catch. They saw that one coming as well with a ward, but Red 2 and Paradise getting a free pick off there onto the Templar Assassin.
I mean, it's, you know, small signs of life that you absolutely have to have. Like, you have to get these kills just so you have hope that you get win. Although Paradise, let me say that.
Yep, he's dead again. Ice Path is going to secure this. Not really much at that stage that the Breathe Fire is going to do, especially when Ursa's got that bonus damage from the Fury Swipe. So, oh no, and they're probably going to bleed a little bit more here. Nico is not caught, but yeah, that's a very easy kill onto Empyrean. It's 3 deaths straight for him, unfortunately, after buying back and dying back. Red 2 bouncing in between the trees. I think they caught a glimpse of him there. Nope, doesn't look like it. At least not the way that they're breaking these trees. He just has to breathe, or hold his breath, actually, and he'll be okay. Doesn't have TP, though, so he's not farming. This is a large period he's not farming.
He's going to go straight up with the BKB, which should help him a little bit, but I mean, you're still up against the Viper. Viper Strike's going to be annoying for you regardless. And yeah, it's simply TOOBASED. You can see Aaron doing the same thing he did in game 1, where he sort of goes to the enemy jungle, starts farming there, has the ultimate available to show up. And for Eternity, they just group up. You know, they're just moving together, holding hands, making sure no one gets, you know, killed unnecessarily. Although this could be a big team fight here.
Looks like it. They open with a stun on the Ursa, who still has Aegis here for 7 more seconds. Double Laguna Blade. They're trying to time this one perfectly. 4 seconds. They haven't done it. The Solar Guardian is good from Aaron, but it does at least unleash the Ursa. And we'll see now with Morbid Mask. He can't get it off. It's not Morbid time. He's taken down. The DD Rune as well from TA. Does allow him to get the kill on the Aaron, but all the while inside the Wukong's command, TOOBASED. Pardon me, coming on top in this fight as Revenant will be the last to go. An ultra kill for Nico as well. And that is going to be a fight they desperately needed for TOOBASED.
He's putting that master tier Monkey King to work there. Great ultimate, and he was just able to stay there the whole time. And Dawnbreaker, I feel like they were realizing, oh, yeah, Dawnbreaker's not really going to be carrying us. They're kind of using her sort of initiate. If she dies, she dies. Whatever, it's the Monkey King who's going to be sort of the real carry in this fight, in this game. Yeah,
very true. I think I probably like Dawnbreaker and core a little more. I mean, again, not even dual core, because that does imply Dawnbreaker's a core to some degree. She feels a little bit more utility, which is why, again, I like her in the mid lane. I think she can do a lot of work early, and then does kind of struggle to effectively use net worth versus carries, as we can see here, taking a death versus the Ursa, who does die twice, though, in that fight. They get him through Aegis, and get him just even easier, in fact, after Aegis.
I guess that's something we didn't touch about, which is that the team fight from Simply TOOBASED, like the double circles, you know, Solar as well as Wukong, you just can't fight into that. Even Ursa and TA, who have a lot of damage mitigation, they can't deal with that. Especially because Solar Guardian just removes refraction charge a lot. It's like, what, like 3 pulses a second or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it just feels easy, right? The pros, they love circles. It's the most beautiful geometric shape out there.
I wish they had some abilities that were like squares. You know, like why don't we have a couple of square abilities? Why doesn't that happen?
We've got cones, right? Square abilities are a little bit more rare, aren't they? Let me think. Square abilities.
I don't think we have a square ability. like in all of Dota, I don't think there's a square.
I guess you could say, you know, wall of replica with a 25 talent and a refresher. You make a square walls.
Oh, well, smoke breaks immediately.
Yeah, it does. Monkey jumps through. He gets stunned by Ice Path, of course, on the way on over. He's going to force the BKB, but he is torn apart by CDR as simply TOOBASED. They smoke right into the mustering point here for Eternity, and they will get cleaned up for that. 2 cores dead. Dawnbreaker not ulting in, making the correct decision there. And Nico didn't get the BKB off when he jumped from the tree, and that basically ended up condemning him there. He BKBs after the Ice Path stun let him go, which is his problem.
And Grimstar's just been dying immediately in all of these fights. Like, we talked about the good soul bind, and I do think that simply TOOBASED better if they can wait for Eternity to come to them, you know? Like, if they play defensively, get their spells off in time, because you got to set up the Wukong. Wukong and Soul Guard both take a little bit of time. Wukong not that much, takes 1 second for all the monkeys to come out. Unleash the zoo. Can we say it that way?
You've got to, what else do monkeys do? Not really much, I suppose. They kind of just chill.
I mean, not really. If you watch any National Geographic, apparently monkeys are like cannibals and crazy. Well,
What?
chimpanzees at least. Yes, they are.
I don't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, like, I know, like, they're strong. Like, you know, don't go up to monkeys. Some of them will rip your face. Not like the cute ones in Thailand, those are different. Or like the ones in Batu Caves, you know, but like, you know, the other ones are a little scary.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you see a monkey, like, holy crap, it's like
They're big, they're strong.
huge.
They just like, they lift themselves with the greatest of ease.
And they're cannibals.
Apparently. Moonlight might decide to roll in on this. He's got the team closing in. Empyrean as well, going for the D ward. Let's put him in the firing line, but Eternity will hold. They're in that crucial Roche window where it could respawn. It could have already respawned, and it could be respawning any second, basically. And of course, with an Ursa, with a TA, you really want to get that second Roche, right? Still has the Ag Shard, still an incredible item here for the Ursa. Gives you that Enrage buff on Urshock cast, so very important that they secure this one.
Yeah, both teams pretty good at the Roche as well. You have Macropyre against the Wukong as well as the Solar Guardian, so like whoever gets there first and can sit up, I think will take the fight. Even though it's a 4K advantage for Eternity, it's not impossible for Simply TOOBASED just to take a fight. Like, we've seen them do it before.
Oh, another DD rune though. TA traps do make it really hard to just go into the pit though and start it for Simply TOOBASED. As the roll does catch Nico, God. They stun him up, and with the DD rune, they're going to absolutely tear him apart. Solar Guardian cannot be cancelled, so Aaron's going to have to go on in. ZDR's going to BKB off the stun. Aaron falling fast and can't even get the Celestial Hammer out. I guess he can't grab it back. He's going to die. Celestial Hammer not in hand. As there's another jump here by Templar Assassin. That'll be a very dead Lina. As the Sun from Moonlight will catch him. Empyrean is going to be a very easy last pickings here. As Eternity collects the team wipe with ease. Moonlight once again making the big difference with his initiations.
Dude, Moonlight in game 1 like ruined Nico's game on the puck because he was able to roll into every like illusory orb. This time he's like, oh, he's in the trees, don't worry, I'll just roll into him casually every time, and he does it. It's all on Moonlight. Honestly, Eternity, they win this series because of how well Moonlight played. Like, he just shut down Nico completely in both games.
Yeah, pretty much. And you'll see here as I finish cutting the replay. Well, we'll see how this siege goes first. Deso on TA, as well as now Max Liquid Fire. This is a very easy push. Revenant does not have Shard yet, so the push, even with Deso, is not that fast. And that's got to do with a little bit because CDR is doing Roche the entire time. He can solo it, of course. Let me solo him, you know, from... that's a dated reference. Anyway, we'll look at this, right? And really the smoke is what makes the difference because Moonlight can see Nico the entire time from across the river. You do have that daytime vision. So he sees him jump into the tree, and he just kind of wrecks him. Solar Guardian use, can't cancel it. The fight's really, really easy there for the rest of Eternity.
It does feel like the Solar Guardian could have come a bit earlier. Like, they had about a good second that they could have used. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but we have seen the Solar Guardian 10. Aaron's kind of hesitates with it. You know, we saw in the mid lane when they went for the Lina kill. He also holds it for a while. Then he shows up at the last second. He's like, he doesn't want to heal them too much. He's like, let me give you 1 or 2 ticks of the healing as you're about to die, because it's a lot of heal. You know, it's 95 per pulse, and you are pulsing what 5%, 2 or 3 times a second.
Yeah, it doesn't really say that. Oh, flight pulse interval is 0.5 seconds. So you pulse twice a second.
It takes 2.5 seconds to get there, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, you fly for a little bit. All right. Yeah, I was about to say, because 3 times a second's a little bit rare in Dota. Something like Magnetize takes twice a second, Earn Invest will take twice a second. Yeah, Valve
It's just
really
like 2 or 4.
Yeah,
right?
they like even numbers, I suppose. Easier to code in. They don't do 3, of course. How could you? You should know that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Okay, they missed... oh, no, just kidding. Doesn't matter. They've got more than enough damage. I'll say, Moonlight missed the Rolling Boulder. Will that matter? No, it doesn't. He's dead. Red 2 just not having a game, and now the team fight breaking out behind him. Broken, torn apart. Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, the Dragon Form freshly casted, and BKB for Revenant basically just deletes the DK. Now 2 cores down, no Elder Dragon Form, no BKB, no buyback even really for the DK, as sure, a Laguna Blade is not going to really change the fate of the mid lane of Barracks. There is at least no creeps for now on the high ground, and that'll quickly change as they're going to be escorted by Moonlight.
They can't end the game or get mega creeps because they're still the bottom tier, like 1 standing. But that's going to be at least the mid-racks. And then it's like, do you want to use the Monkey King buyback to defend more? And we'll see if Eternity even decides to go for more now. They got the racks, and they're like, okay, we can just back out safely.
Yep, not really a whole lot of catch to stop him, especially with the especially with Monkey King dead. Don't really have to worry about it. Oof. And TOOBASED, it's starting to get to that point for them in the game where they're going to need a miracle fight to happen for them to really get back into this game. It's going to feel pretty difficult now that the dual core is online. It seems like they're beyond the point where they can punish this draft for its greediness.
No, definitely. It's like the TA and the Ursa are fully online. If they want to punish it, they should have done it earlier, which is, it seems like that's the problem with TOOBASED in both games, right? Like they were not as active as we thought they could be. And while bottom lane, though, Paradise, oh no, that's like, he's just get cancelled.
Aaron is the one here. He's farming right where Nico died. He should have some sense that there is a ward or some detection here because of the manner that he got jumped. Aaron is going to be slowed to a crawl, bashed as well through the Star Breaker and killed off. That is brutal. Farmed the Camp of Death, messed around and found out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, he should have known that it was there. Yeah, TOOBASED are just on the different pages, especially Aaron. You know, you see him with those late star breakers. That should have been something that was communicated to them. It's like, okay, I died here. You know,
yep.
Don't go there.
Yeah, I mean, they ice passed him from Fog. They definitely should have known, right? That's how they started that kill. They iced past him from Fog, and then Revenant rolled in, and he missed the stun. And it didn't matter. It's the DD, and this one's just falling apart, really.
Well, in the meantime, it is slightly better than game 1 for the. Although this could be a bit of a.
He's got BKB. Where's the damage going to come from? This is basically 3 supports. Paradise is going to try and TP out. He's going to get bashed and killed. Lina is also dead in 2 hits. No, the wand at least keeps him alive. But your TK does not have buyback, and this is going to be the push preparing for Megas, basically. Ursa still has HS for, well, it's about to expire here. 20 seconds, and he'll not have it, but he's about as strong as can be at this stage.
In the meantime, well,
oh, right, Abyssal. I was like, is he building a Vanguard? Yes, he is, for the Abyssal.
Yeah, he had the dash on the Dawnbreak at the bottom, so Venter. Oh no, there's the Aphram, which is dead. So one does land though.
Nice stun onto 2, but you've already lost Imperial. You've got buyback, but they're conserving it. They're not buying back into this. And Aaron is in trouble. He's gonna have to BKB this one, and that's not even gonna save him. CDR blinks in and will finish him off. No buyback on Red 2 through that. As he watches his core die. That is going to be then the second lane of Barracks. Aegis reclaimed, but I don't really think they need to back up. And in fact, they're going to make the jump on it. That's at least a kill onto the Jakiro, if not for the 4-staff. Second 4-staff now does get him out of harm's way as Red 2 fighting to his own death versus the TA. Laguna Blade is out, but the GG is called, and it's TOOBASED who will take the 2-0 loss.
Even faster fashion than game 1. And I mean, Eternity, it looked like it was a greedy draft, honestly. Like on paper, you got the TA as well as the Ursa. We saw Revenant die quite a lot in the top lane. It just felt like they were able to hold off the pressure long enough to get all their cores online. This Viper pick into 3 passive skills all on your cores.